This is Prince of Mental Wellness, your mental health, my priority. Men suffers more quietly until they cannot take it anymore. This is my second segment focusing on men mental health. What are some of this suffering that they go through until they cannot take it anymore? I want to talk about childhood trauma. Boy child, as a boy, when they are growing up, they go through a lot of childhood trauma. Remember, it could be violence from the parent. If the parent are doing violence, domestic violence, the boy child seek to protect the mother at the beginning. When they become a man, they seek to do what the father was doing, even as much as they did not like it. But at the beginning, it is a torture because they feel, as a man enough, I need to protect my mom. And this is a trauma that most of them have to live with. Because again, mothers, we cry to the sons. When this trauma is going on, when the violence is going on, we turn to our sons or our daughters and tell them, your daddy, whatever they're doing, I am crying because of your daddy. I am the way I am because of your daddy. But again, where did this father learn about violence? Was it perpetrated in their home? Was it perpetrated where they are living? If it was being perpetrated, there is a high possibility they will practice it when they become an adult. So an abuser, when I'm bringing up a child and I am abusing their mother or their father, I'm also bringing up an abuser. So we need to take care of that to make sure that our children they are protected from violence. If you love their mommy, then the kids will love you too. If you also hate their daddy and you keep telling the kids how bad he is, then you're also destroying the part that they feel they love their daddy. And that should not be a motive to a parent. Even as much as we are hurting, this person remain to be their daddy or their mom. Childhood trauma may also originate from being bullied in school. When did your son come in the house and tell you that I am being bullied? What answer did you tell them? Some parent will ask, are you a child that you should be beaten by other children? Sometimes we also fail to really embrace what this child is going through and teach them how to handle the bully, teach them how to report, teach them how to handle themselves when the bully comes. They can run away if it's possible, they can report the case where it's possible, and they should also learn to embrace that the bully is the one who has issues with themselves and not themselves. Sons who have been bullied at their childhood, they at times feel, I am the problem, not the bully themselves. So we need to make sure that we support them and we encourage them. And we are there even to go to those schools, talk to the teachers in a calm way and tell them whatever is going on and see whether they can do something to protect your child from being bullied. In the childhood trauma, others have experienced sexual violence or sexual abuse. They have been abused by other boys, they have been abused by big girls, they have been abused by house help, but at times the child feels bitter when they have not been protected. So again, I encourage mothers and fathers and protect your children. Those who have also been abused even by their teachers in school, when they complain what is going on, take initiative and go and talk to those teachers. Talk to them. Let that child feel daddy cares about me, mommy cares about me. Some of them grow very bitter because they felt when they reported to you, you did nothing about it. So they become that bitter man. And even when they marry, they're still very bitter, even with their spouse. Not because their spouse, but it's because of what happened in their childhood. Number two is rejection. Rejection from the family members is something that can really hurt a boy child or any other human being. This rejection may come from a father who has divorced a wife and they feel that they have no connection with their sons, they have no relationship with the kids. It's their mother that who has annoyed you, or it's their father who has annoyed you, but not the kid. I would encourage those who are separated, those who are divorced, try to reach out to that son. There is something positive you'll bring out in them. Try to reach out to that daughter and really show them that you really appreciate who they are, and it is not about them, it is them and their mom. And again, reduce talking a lot about the negativity of your partner. Another thing, this rejection, again, before I quit from rejection, it affects the self-esteem of that child. They feel I'm the one who made daddy and mom divorce, and so I am not a good person. When they grow up knowing that they're not a good person, they'll seek something we call validation. Validation may come in a positive or a negative way. So if at all they feel negative things are bringing more validation than the positive one, they are ready to engage in the negative thing. So it is very good for the family to learn to embrace each other and to appreciate each other despite of a situation where divorce is taking place or separation is taking place, because this one is coming back to our sons, it is coming back to our daughters, that they are struggling to cope with life differently from what has happened in their lives. Another thing that a man may be suffering quietly, it is when they have inability to protect their family. As a married woman, I expect my husband to protect me. And I expect, even between conflict within the plot, conflict with somebody on the road and we are together, I'm expecting you to take over as a man. I'm expecting the masculinity part of you to intervene. But what happens when I'm not able to protect you? What happens when I feel that maybe I'm physically weak? When I feel you're more financially stable and you're moving on with your life very fast than before? What happens when I find myself in that inability to protect? Many times it will also affect my mental health, because it will always be questioning my masculinity. Am I a man enough? If at all my wife will be abused and I'm there, am I a man enough? Those are some of the conditions also that may interfere with male mental health. Societal expectations. There is too much expectation for a boy child. We're expecting you by the age of 40 or the age of 30. You have already found a spouse, you're married, you have a son, you have a daughter, or you have a kid, or you're expecting a kid. By some ages, we're also expecting you to purchase a land. We're also expecting you to move on. But today's economic crisis, it is making that man to experience that inability. And this one is also bringing back to the aspects of mental health. It is being affected by one way or the other. Inability to provide. Women in the house, or the way ladies in our houses, they're expecting us to provide. But at times you go through retrenchment, at times you do not have that job or casual job that you want to do every day. At times you're not able to provide. What happens within the house? Many women feel like you're not good enough when you're not able to bring something on the table. Many women feel like your importance is not that high when you're not able to bring something on the table. I would encourage the men, try your best to bring something. Even if it's something small, whether appreciated or not, let the kids know you have brought something. When you pay the school fees, don't send their mom all the time. Sometimes get out of the house, pay the school fees, and let the kids feel aware that daddy has done that for us. You see, this brings more respect and more love from the children. It also brings about acceptance. But many of us leave the responsibility to the women. And what do we do as women? We take the show. Nimeripa school fees, we take the show. Nimeripa rent, we take the show. So it is good as a man, come out of the closet, let your kids know you're doing something. And this one will make the kids appreciate you even more. What do we do when we find that these things are toiling on us as men? What do? We close ourselves in the closet and not talk about what is happening. I know I am not working, but because I'm used to bringing meat every night, I keep borrowing meat to survive, to make you happy and to make you feel that I am a man enough. But you know what? Maybe I'm borrowing. So what are the negative way of coping with this scenario? The negative way of coping, we have very many men who have committed crime. Sometimes they have committed crime because they want to cover up for something that they have done. Or they want to be seen by the society, I am doing something. But it is the negative way of coping with whatever you're suffering in. Others have turned out to addiction, addiction of alcohol, addiction of sex, addiction of gambling, which is peaking high and high on the boy child. Gambling where they'll gamble even the school fees. So this one is also affecting the mental health of men. and it is really messing up. Sex addiction is where they sleep with anybody so long as you're available. Sleep with any girl they found around. Sleep with any woman that is available. So they get into addiction to be able to cover their pain. The emotional pain could be so much. Their childhood trauma could be so much. So they cover it with addiction. They take alcohol every now and then. They get home late hours and they will not be able to care. The other one is that they become abusers. This is where they ready to be beating their spouse. They ready to be causing violence in their houses. Why? I want to be heard. I want people to know what's happening to me. I want people to understand the pain, but I'm not able to express it. So what do? I inflict pain on my wife, trying to transfer my pain to her. I inflict pain on my children. I chase them out, all of them. I don't care. Why? Because I want to release my pain. Please reach out to somebody who can help you, because again, when you hurt your family members, they may run away from you. So what I would say is that men suffer quietly until they cannot do it anymore. And when they cannot do it anymore, we see these vices in them. They change from who we have been seeing to another different person. Are you going through that? Please reach out to a counselor. Reach out to somebody that you can talk to. Share it with your fellow men and ask how they are coping. You do not have to buy everything the way they are coping. You can manifest your own way of coping instead of the negative ways of coping. Reaching out does not make you a weak man. It does not kill your ego. It does not make the society to see you different. Reaching out to make you to be a better man, masculine man within that family, and you'll be respected by that woman. A real man goes out there and fights with his demons, no matter how they are. He faces his demons. I would encourage every man to face their demon by looking out. What is that is making me mess up my family? What is that is making me not be good enough? What is that is making me beat my wife? What is that is making me beat my children anyhow and chase them out of the house? You need to identify that. Springs of mental wellness, your mental health, my priority. Thank you for the man out there who is trying to fight for their mental health. Keep fighting. Don't lose hope. Thank you.